Good morning.
Not even going to clap?
I haven't clapped in the last several.
Have you not? Am I that dumb?
Nah, I just don't feel a need. Oh, I need the book.
Oh. Okay. Hi everybody. Hold? Entertain them while I'm going to get the book.
I think it's a lot funnier to have dead air.
Fuck you. Say something.
Hello. Welcome to Lost in Louisville. Bob's going to do that part, but I just want to say welcome real fast.
Hi everybody, I'm back from retrieving the book from the depths of hell where we keep it.
It's warm down there.
It's cold up here.
Yeah.
Hi everybody, welcome to Lost in Louisville, a food podcast where we scour the streets of Louisville, Kentucky, trying to find the best grub to let you know if it's worth it.
You probably do.
Yeah.
Just made me think of the achievement hunter thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Hi Cotton, what happened in here?
I remember you said it would just... I just put the big black book of Lil, and you said, nah, the little big black book.
Oh, yeah.
And we just cross things out like that.
Because you do it in pen.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Everything in this book is permanent unless crossed out. You all don't have any reference. We have a giant black book where we record everything podcast related. It's kind of absurd. This week, we went to a place very near and dear to my heart because I've only been there twice. That's why it's near and dear to my heart. No, it's a place that my friend Benjamin, who I talk about a lot on the show, who we should have on this show.
I mean, yeah.
At some point. You should also be on the other show. Because I think that would be fun. But we're not going to do Hellraiser because there are 19 of those movies.
Father's Day is coming up.
I don't even know what we're watching for Father's Day, dude. We might watch a movie called Father's Day, which I've seen. Horrific film. Anyway. This place is nice because... Well, that's the question. Well, we went to Andy's Cafe, which is a place I'd never been that Ben took me. But it's a local Vietnamese restaurant. I'm going to go ahead and lead with this. I've had it before, so I know I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I should say this or not. You know the thing Andy said about it?
Whitewashed.
Yeah, so we have a friend named Andy who's half Vietnamese, half Chinese. I think his mom's from Vietnam, his dad's from China. And I was asking about, like, Vietnamese places in town, and he was like, very, very whitewashed place. And I was like, interesting. So you know what? It makes sense that I like it.
Yeah.
I'm a white man.
It's true. Very white man.
Yeah, well, I'm not that pale anymore, man. I'm getting more sun lately.
I know.
You know what I have to do?
I mean, we walked out in the sun today.
Yeah, I was out in the sun.
To go to the car, and you were like, man, I can't stand the sunlight.
No, the sun hurts my eyes. Because I work at night, man.
I know. Me too.
Do we have anything to talk about today, Cotton? I don't know, man. I've had a weird fucking week.
I've been working and being chill and playing Diablo 4.
Yeah, you've been playing a lot of friggin' Diablo.
I've been playing a lot. Not as much as I fucking want to, but I've been playing a lot.
I know you've been playing a lot, bruh. How are you liking it so far? I know a lot of people really like it.
It's fine.
I was not expecting that opinion.
I enjoy it. I don't know if I mean, it's better than Diablo 3, which is...
I haven't heard that opinion yet.
Well, see, my main complaint with Diablo 3, too easy, which you've seen Jesse say as well. Diablo 3 was really easy. I mean, I told you, I was playing one of the squishiest classes, and I had 120,000 armor, and I was getting, equipment that had really low armor. So nothing could even kill me. On the hardest difficulty, I could just stand there, let Diablo smack me in the face over and over again. I had so much lifesteal and so much armor, he just couldn't do anything to me.
Damn.
I'm playing the Necromancer, which has quite a bit of lifesteal, but it's lifesteal on kills. So it's not that much. I've got a few abilities that make it to where I can heal over time, but I got to stand around for 4 seconds without getting hit.
Oh, no.
And most enemies are faster than me. So they're going to catch up, even the real big ones. I have died one time, which to something called the Butcher. It was a mini boss. Yeah, thank you. That was horrifying. Getting to the point now where, like, even normal enemies, they kick my ass a little bit. If I don't give them some respect, they will almost kill me, which is not, and I'm only on difficulty 2 or 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So, yeah, the enemies are a lot stronger. It's some of the same enemies. Like, I know what I'm going against. I haven't seen anything really new other than, like, the Lilith stuff, like the mini bosses and all that. There's some new mechanics. I like how the classes work now. They're different from the previous classes. I still want to try them all out. I've only tried the rogue and the necromancer, but the sorcerer seems fun. I really wanted to play the sorcerer, but I was like, nah. I feel like it's gonna be really weak early.
You're an edgelord.
I just like the idea of summoning little guys.
Okay, you know what? I do be doing that too.
It's fun.
Be playing Terraria with Jesse,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm always just like, yeah, I want to summon a bunch of little guys.
It's just fun to see, an army of people running at the enemies. And, there are so many goddamn enemies. It's really useful. And also, you can also play the necromancer and not have to summon your people. You can sacrifice it to where you can't use that ability, but it gives you more essence, or your essence regions faster, or other stuff that,
Oh, that's cool.
They're also completely not completely customizable, but there are 3 classes for each class of skeleton that you can summon.
That's dope.
For the warriors, they can either be warriors and you can have a 5th one because you can only summon 4 of those. You can get a 5th one, or they can do just a little bit more damage, have a little bit more armor, or you can sacrifice them, or they can do I don't remember. They can have shields, and so they just soak damage, or you can get ones that have scythes. They attack really slow, but every couple of attacks, they do a metric fuck ton of damage. Or then you've got the mages. Then you've got the ice mages. I don't remember what the other ones are because the ice one's just really fucking good. I think it's Shadow Mage and something else. But Shadow Wizard Money Gang, really good.
God. Laren
sent
me a very, very... I shouldn't talk about that. Look, okay. Look, can we bring up Laren really fast?
Yeah, go ahead.
Laren's been the only guest on the podcast, so I feel like we can talk about him openly now. Sorry if you're hearing this, Laren.
We know he doesn't listen to this.
We know he doesn't listen. We went to... I think we told this story already, but I just want to reiterate this. We had dinner for my roommate Jesse's bachelor party.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice time. We went to Game, which is a local restaurant in town, which we should go for the podcast. Because you haven't been. Because you didn't go with us. Very good. On the way there, we kept making jokes about Laren being the gayest person we've ever met.
Oh yeah.
Even though Laren's a straight man with a
Month.
girlfriend. You can't see him doing quotes. His girlfriend's not real.
Yeah.
He sends me the most gay stuff on Instagram.
Oh, I know. He sent me a thing the other day. It was like, I don't know what it was, but it was hinting at the fact that he was gay.
Hey, dude, you said Shadow Wizard Money Gang?
Uh-huh.
Laren sent me a wizard meme that was all about wizards jerking off. That's it. It was just, I was like, dude, why? Why do you, I show it to Ben every time. I go, Ben, look at how gay this is. I'm like, look, Laren, if you're gay, you could just tell us. It's fine.
I know.
I don't care.
I remember the one time we all sat down, and we were all together, and I think we all took a moment to just go, Laren, we really want you to know this is a safe place. We know we shit on you a lot, mess with you a lot. If you're gay, you're gay. It's fine. You can come out
I literally
to us.
don't give a shit.
I don't either. I mean, it's perfectly fine. Still be one of my best buds.
Yeah,
Won't
nothing
think
changes.
any different.
Except maybe you'll have a boyfriend.
Right.
Whatever.
Be happy.
Then he could be one of the boys. We could have another one.
Yeah.
We should all be gay so we can all have boyfriends so we can grow the cult.
It's a little late for me.
Yeah, it's a little late for you and Jesse.
I added a boy in a different way.
That's true. Your young lad will be a member one day.
Yes.
He'll be indoctrinated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just thought I should put Laren on blast for sending me weird gay memes on the podcast because, look, I don't mind it, but it's every day.
Every day.
It's every day. I open something from Laren at work and I go, is this going to be inappropriate for work? Should I open this? And the answer is no, I should not open it at work ever. Oh, God. We should have another guest on the podcast soon.
We should.
I don't know who you want to have. But we could have somebody. I don't know. We have a lot of people. Okay. Well, let's move on. Now that we're done talking about... Oh, I want to say something about Diablo.
Yeah.
You seem to be really enjoying it. I know a lot of people are. My TikTok has been ruined by Diablo.
Why?
Every TikTok video. I watched one Diablo video because I thought it looked cool because I was interested in the game.
Yeah.
Probably not going to play it because this just doesn't look like my style of game. But
it's fair.
Now my For You page is all Diablo tutorials on how to grind and shit.
Which is stupid. You don't
It's annoying.
need to grind in that game. Like, fuck me. Yeah, there are some cool items. Shit's hard, so sometimes you gotta like grind. But if you just do the side quests, bam, there you go. You leveled up.
Yeah.
My God. If you're having a hard time leveling up and you feel like it's a little too easy, increase the difficulty. You get more XP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just thought you should know that Diablo has ruined my TikTok. It was stand-up comedians
Yeah, I know.
and funny stuff, and now it's Diablo.
Titties.
Yeah, well, that, but,
No,
you know. God. All right, I'll ask a question then.
Okay.
Did we get lost today?
but I thought we
No.
would because we went really far.
Yeah, we had to go fucking 4 miles, bro. It was a fucking trek. It was impossible. I genuinely thought we were going to get lost. I was like, my God. Because, recently we've had trouble with street signs being in bushes.
Yeah.
And that's like an actual issue for this podcast, considering we don't have a map.
Right.
And we're just looking for street signs.
Uh-huh.
They're going full ghost, hiding in the bushes. Can't freaking see them. It's terrible. But no, we made it just fine today. No problems.
Mm-hmm. Had to park on the street.
Which, not so bad, honestly.
No. There was like an alley, and it looked like there may have been parking, but I didn't trust it.
No, I mean, especially here. Look, you shouldn't park in places you don't know if you can park in Louisville, because you will be towed.
Yeah.
This city is notorious for towing people.
Mm-hmm.
It's also notorious for not towing people.
Yeah.
It just depends on where you're parking. I used to park in an apartment complex. This is going to sound bad. When I was going to school at U of L,
Uh-huh.
I lived here, where I live now, which is near campus, but not close enough for me to walk.
Yeah.
And I used to park in this apartment complex's parking lot every day for like 7 months. Never towed a single time. No one ever questioned why my car was there. Nothing. And you know what? I know that parking spot was assigned to someone because they were numbered and people had parking passes in their cars. But no one ever questioned my car being there. And you've seen my car.
Yeah.
It's a beat up piece of shit.
Uh-huh.
And this was a nice apartment complex. And I was like, my friend Zach told me I could park here. Fuck it, I'll park here. Parked there every single day during class for like 6-7 months. Never towed once. And then I dropped out, so I don't have to do it anymore.
Fair.
But I was like, God bless. But like, I hear horror stories of people like getting towed and being parked like somewhere they're allowed to be parked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just like, no. Impossible. Honestly, if someone towed my car, I might just go buy a new one.
You probably should anyway.
Well, my brakes are going out, so that's not great. My brake light's on, and it sounds bad when I brake. But I got a guy coming to fix it this weekend, so it's fine.
God.
That car, look. That car's it has failed me a lot, actually. I was gonna say, that car's never failed me. That car has failed me multiple times.
Car fails you sometimes when you just walk outside.
Yeah. Sometimes I just walk outside, my car's underwater for some reason. I tell that story. I had to have told that story on the podcast.
I don't know.
I had to have talked about that.
I think we talked about it briefly. But we didn't talk about it too much because we didn't DDoS you.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about it. Okay, cool. So that's been mentioned. Look, that's what I was telling Cotton earlier. We record these so far apart because it's like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I always forget what happened last time.
It's true.
I'm always just like, what did we talk about? Who? What? Where?
Right, like, for me, I feel like we got a Kickstarter thing sitting on the table right now because backed it fucking almost 3 years ago, forever ago.
Very exciting.
And within this 2 week period, I've gotten it, but I feel like I've had it for so long, I've just not been able to open it.
Yeah.
Like, almost want to speed through this recording so that way me and you can just like look at the cards selfishly.
Yeah, they're so cool.
I know.
We need to get the gang together.
Do.
And speaking of the gang, I just had a realization.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, It's Always Sunny's back.
Yep.
I have not watched it.
Me either. You know that they came out with 2 episodes.
I know. We gotta wait on Jesse to get back from his honeymoon. Oh, we should talk about the wedding. That's a good talking point.
That's the dessert portion.
Okay.
We didn't get a dessert today. Sorry to spoil that for you.
Yeah, well, the place we went didn't have dessert.
No, we were also super fucking full.
I left so much food in my plate.
my
I felt
God.
so bad.
I didn't leave that much, but damn, was I full.
Yeah, same. We ate a lot today, man.
Mm-hmm.
It also didn't help that, I guess a little bit of a spoiler, I woke up about, well, actually, you were early, which was surprising.
It was a little early. I left a little early because I had to carry all the shit out to my car.
Yeah.
And then...
Have you cleaned your car out yet?
No.
You should do that. Since you have a house now. I told you I'd help you. Don't make that face.
I know. You busy.
I'm busy, but just text me.
I know.
If you need help, I'll help if I can.
I know.
Look, I'm just saying your car's been full of shit for months.
Oh, I know. I'd like for it to not be, but
I would too. And I don't even own that car. I'm just in it a lot more often than other people.
Yeah.
I think the only person that probably has me beat is Hannah. And even then, I think you'll drive her car most places.
we drive her car most places, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I'm number one.
You're probably number one. I'd say you're probably number one.
Jesus Christ. What was I talking about before I got distracted a second ago?
Always Sunny.
Yeah, Always Sunny's back. Super excited to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to wait on our friend Jesse to get back from his honeymoon.
Did you look at the episode titles?
No, I don't want to know. I don't want to. All I've seen is that one of them is a bowling episode.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't remember the titles, but I remember the episode title that hasn't come out yet.
Cool, because both episodes are up on Hulu, right?
Yes, but episode 3 is not, but it says the title for it.
Mm.
You want to know the title for episode 3?
Sure.
The Gang Gets Cursed.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Did you read the title for episode 2? Because I remember that one. I saw it.
It didn't say the full thing, but it
No, it
says
did.
the gang, or Frank shoots the gang,
gang.
I assume.
No, it's Frank shoots everyone in the gang.
Yeah.
I am excited for that one.
I'm really
Because
excited
any
for that
Frank gun episode is awesome.
Oh my god, yeah.
For those of you who don't know, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is a amazing, I don't know, sitcom? I don't know what you would call It's Always Sunny.
It's a sitcom. It's the longest running sitcom.
Really?
Yep.
Is it beat Friends now?
So yeah, it does.
Nice. Good for them.
Most seasons, and if you take and you track how much like downtime there is in the episode where nobody is speaking, none of the main characters are talking, I think out of all of the seasons, it totals up to like 2.5 minutes. They never shut the fuck
They
up.
never shut the fuck up. Look, if you're a fan of crass humor,
Yeah.
that's a very crash show. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is one of the, I think it might be the greatest TV show ever.
I think I have to agree.
Like, it is so funny. Because basically, the premise of this show, if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. And it's not going to spoil anything me telling you this.
No.
It's a bunch of really shitty people
Yeah.
getting their comeuppance for being shitty and not realizing that they're terrible people.
Yeah.
And it is so good.
They own a bar.
They own a bar. They hang out in the bar. Things happen in the bar. It's one of the most ludicrous shows I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can tell, like, the early seasons are pretty tame because they don't have any money.
They say the N-word in the first episode.
I didn't want to say that. It was kind of a spoiler, but yeah, they do that. It's like
The first episode's called The Gang Gets Racist.
The Gang Gets Racist. Yeah, it's the first episode. Very, very funny episode. I'll say the early seasons are rough. Once you get to like season 3 or 4, that show hits its stride, and it is so. Every episode is fucking gold.
The weakest season is probably the newest season, not like the one that just came out.
Oh,
And
I don't know, man. That has some bangers.
It's still really good, but that's what I'm saying is like that's probably the weakest season after
the Beer
season
Monkey
3,
episode.
but it's still funny.
God, it's a ridiculous show. I highly recommend. Super funny. The people that make it are like incredible people.
Mm-hmm.
It's what Charlie Day, who is Luigi in the new Mario movie.
Yep.
He also recently did his theatrical debut as a director.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Fool's Paradise. Looks super cool. He acts in it. It has a bunch of really famous people in it too, because he's friends with famous people.
Yeah.
Because it's Charlie Day. Glenn Howerton, who was in the new Blackberry film.
Yeah.
Who I think Glenn is a phenomenal actor.
Oh yeah, and apparently like everybody on their podcast was talking about it. They were like, "Your performance in that is just amazing."
Yeah.
Apparently, fucking. I
was at a
forget
bunch
his
of
name.
film festivals. Super cool.
Forget his name, but the guy who plays Mac, he
Rob McElhenney,
right.
I think, right? I guess
he,
he pronounced his last name.
he said that he would watch an entire movie based on just that guy because he
they're
does
also
such
jerking off
an
their
amazing.
friend.
No, he was like, this has nothing to do with it being just you. He was
Really?
like, that character is just so hilarious. He's like, in the way that you deliver the lines, he's like, it's just phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I would watch a movie based around that guy's point of view of this whole thing.
Mm-hmm. You have Rob McElhenney, he directs the show, but also he has another show that's on. I think it's also on FX. I don't know where Welcome to Wrexham is. I know it streams on Hulu. Basically, him and Ryan Reynolds bought a soccer team in Wales,
Yeah.
and
It's on Hulu.
they're like trying to fix it, and it's super good. And that guy is super cool. One of the nicest people that I've like ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Super genuine dude. There's Caitlin Olsen, who's his wife, we watched The Mick together.
Yeah, the Mick's funny.
If you like It's Always Sunny, watch The Mick. She's so fucking good in that.
Yeah, I like her character. I mean, Dee's funny, but in a bad way.
Yeah.
Because
The
Dee's
Mick
not funny. Mick,
is-
she is just funny.
She's just funny. There's also what movie is that? She was in another movie that's coming out soon with the dude from Zombieland.
Oh, I don't know any of their names.
I don't know, the old dude from Zombieland. But she's in a movie with him coming up. That's really cool. She's a really good actor. Super duper funny. And then Danny DeVito was also there.
Which is my favorite.
He's my favorite too. Frank is so good.
Frank.
Which, I mean, I don't think I need to explain Danny DeVito.
No, there's
He's so
a
famous.
poster of Danny DeVito hanging outside.
Yeah. Danny DeVito is a meme of a man.
Mm-hmm.
But he's one of my favorite people to
I just want to
exist.
bring this up because they talked about it on their podcast. One of my favorite scenes of Danny DeVito is when he gurgles the beer all over himself.
That's a good episode.
But do you know the reality of that scene?
No.
So apparently, the night before they finished filming, they went home, they did their thing, and then they went out drinking all night until they had to film the next morning.
Oh, God.
But they were supposed to be filming them being drunk and disorderly anyway, so they were like, "Oh, we'll just roll with it." So Danny DeVito was really fucked up in that scene. And he was drinking those beers on set. He was actually drinking.
God bless.
They said, if you notice, he takes the beer into his mouth. He swallows. He then breathes, leans back, and then throws up in his mouth. That's him throwing up in his mouth and gurgling it all over himself.
Awesome.
That makes that scene so much better for
God,
me.
that
It's
episode
so
is
funny.
phenomenal. Because is that the first time we meet Gail the snail?
I think so.
Because what is that? Frank needs an intervention?
Yeah.
Well, basically, what I'm saying is you should watch this show. It's incredible. I would say it's where 90% of my humor comes from.
Yeah.
I quote it all the time. It's so bad.
Me too.
I mean, like, have you showed it to Hannah?
Yeah.
you seen
she
it?
had seen it before me, but we watched a little bit together. We fall asleep to it some nights.
Yeah, you should watch all of it. It's
She
very
doesn't like falling asleep to it sometimes. She's like, their voices are just so fucking annoying.
good. Really? I don't get that.
The high-pitched, it's just the Dennis
I guess if they start
screaming.
yelling, yeah. Yeah, when Dennis gets mad, he gets out of
Charlie,
hand.
Dennis, and Dee all have really loud voices when they start yelling.
Then Frank just sounds like Frank. The warthog.
Trash,
Okay.
man.
I come out to the ring. I throw garbage everywhere. I pick up the garbage. I start eating it. It's so good. The gang wrestles for the troops is such a good episode.
I'm a real American. That's a good one.
Has Roddy Piper in it. It's awesome.
Rowdy Roddy Piper, yeah.
Yeah.
Recipes.
Rest in peace. Super cool dude.
Mhm.
I'm so glad that we talk about the gang a lot. The side characters in Sunny
Oh my god.
are phenomenal. The recurring side characters are some of the best characters in that entire show.
Yeah, because they are living their own lives throughout all this shit, and everyone's life gets worse due to the gang.
Everyone's.
Yeah.
You meet so many like upstanding citizens that the gang ruins. Well, some of them. Some of them are just freaks. I will not stand by the McPoyles.
Yeah, I didn't even want to say their name. I
Yeah.
do not like the McBoyles.
I think they're great.
No.
Really?
I hate them.
Hey, they're in the newest season. They're in the trailer. I saw them.
God.
They're so good. And then Artemis.
Yeah, she's
Cricket.
funny. I guess she's the only one who hasn't really gotten worse. She's
No,
just
but she was already a
the
weirdo.
same. Yeah.
She's like doing weird stuff with Frank and Wendy's dumpsters.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should stop talking about Sunny and get back to the food
Yeah.
podcast, part of the podcast.
Uh-huh. Speaking of Wendy's,
Speaking of Wendy's,
our pilot episode,
oh yeah, I'd forgotten about that.
unreleased.
Well, shown to our friends to get a concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was bad.
It was not a good episode.
No.
It's also a terrible Wendy's experience.
Yeah, it might be the worst Wendy's experience I've had. Good Lord. Do you remember what you got? Because I genuinely don't.
At the restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was called?
Okay. I couldn't pronounce it if I wanted to.
Me either.
No, so I'm not going to.
Okay.
But it was braised catfish with black pepper, and it said it was cooked with some other peppers, but it didn't say what kind, and they weren't actually in the dish. And then it was sautéed and said caramelized, which I can agree. It was caramelized in a duck sauce with bamboo shoots.
Okay.
And some green onions. And garlic, I think, because it was really garlicky.
Okay.
And it came with, jasmine rice?
Yeah, I think so. That's what I had too.
Mhm.
Well, I had jasmine rice. I didn't get the same thing as you. What I got was, look, I mentioned this while we were at the restaurant. I eat pork chops at home quite often. Like, I'll fry a pork chop or I'll oven bake a pork chop.
Yeah.
I eat pork chops fairly regularly, like at least once a
Frequently.
week. Yeah. I never get a pork chop at a restaurant. So when I saw pork chops on the menu here, I went, fuck it. I'm going to get a pork chop from a restaurant. So I got a pork chop that was, I have no idea what it was cooked in. What the glaze was on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
It was like sweet, but also vinegary.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
If we haven't mentioned, Annie's Cafe is a Vietnamese food place.
Yeah, I mentioned at the start. Because we talked about being whitewashed with
Andy,
Andy and
yeah.
everything. Yeah, yeah. Which I don't know how true that is. I'm not Vietnamese. I just took the word of a man that I know. And it was one Vietnamese person. There are a lot of Vietnamese people, so
Right.
I'm not going to take his opinion for the whole group of people.
Plus, he plays League, so he's got, bad taste anyway.
God, you're really dunking on Andy on this podcast, huh?
Yeah.
He doesn't even listen. I'll
I
send
know.
this one to him. Be like,
Okay.
Andy, you should hear his dunk on you in this podcast. He'll think it's funny. He's off in the National Guard right now, doing drill.
Oh, really?
Been gone the whole month, yeah. Which sucks for me because it means he's not at work, which means
Yeah.
Dude, I'll get to that in a second. We'll
No
talk about
Ben,
work in a
no
second.
Andy.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about it in a second. Back to the food. So I got a pork chop, a fried egg. I remember now, the menu said ham, but I'm pretty sure it was Spam, like fried Spam.
Mm-hmm. It looks like Spam. Because it's got that consistency to it, that texture look.
Shrimp, and then some side vegetables, which in this case were tomato and some cucumber and stuff.
Yep.
Over jasmine rice.
A lot of jasmine rice.
A lot of jasmine rice, which is the big thing that I couldn't finish was the rice.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get anything interesting to drink. You just got a Coke.
Yeah.
They have this thing there that I love. It's basically iced coffee, but it's like a Vietnamese style of iced coffee where they brew it in a little contraption.
Yeah.
I don't know. Andy bought me one. I don't know what it's called because Andy goes to Vietnamese stores all the time because his parents take him. He got me one because he knew where to get it. But it's basically a little metal container with a pot on top, and that's how they brew the coffee. And then they let the coffee brew down onto some condensed milk, and then you stir it and then you pour it over ice.
Mm-hmm.
Super good. That was my drink.
It looked good. It tasted not too bad.
It's, I don't know how to, because it's sweet, but it's also bitter still.
Yeah, it's like I said when I tasted it, it's kind of chocolatey. It's almost got that dark chocolate kind of taste to it, where it's sweet, but got that bitterness of coffee to it.
Mm-hmm. It's weird to eat that with a hot pork chop, and a dinner, but I still like it. I'm just like coffee though.
Yeah.
You know me. I get coffee from a coffee shop by my house all the time. It's so bad now that I have a little membership card that they stamp every time I go in, and my 11th one's free. I've already hit 11.
Oh my gosh.
I've had it for about 2 weeks. I get about a coffee a day usually.
Jesus.
I mean, look, when I wake up and when I do, depending on the day, I'm always really tired. I'm like, the coffee shop is right next to my house. I might as well go.
Might as well.
Whatever. So I'm going to I'm going to hint at something. We did get appetizers. We'll save those for where we normally do dessert because there was no dessert at this restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll talk about those later, but I just wanted to let you all know that we did get something, which is kind of why it sucked that I was so full.
Yeah.
Because I got my food and went, I'm already pretty full from this other thing. This sucks because I want to eat all this food, but it's fine. Oh, I was going to say something and then I got distracted. Oh, yeah, so work. Andy's off at off at drill for the National Guard because he's in the military. Ben's in New York for a wedding.
Yeah.
My friend Sam got transferred to a different building. Freddie, while I love Freddie to death, Freddie does not speak great English and would much rather sit there silently on his phone playing games than talk to me. Not because we're not friends, but because Freddie just...
That's what he wants to do.
That's what he wants to do, but also he gets nervous speaking English because it's not his first language. He speaks Spanish mostly, which is why it was nice when Sam was around because Sam would just translate. Sam would go, oh, Freddie said this, or Freddie thinks this, because Freddie would say something and then Sam would tell us. Now Sam's gone. I'm by myself. There's nobody there. I'm just chilling by myself now. Bunch of people abandoned me. It's horrible.
Shit.
It's not that boring, but it's boring, but it's now I just sit on my phone, and just silently wait till more work comes.
Damn.
It sucks, dude. I'm very sad. Work
I
tonight's
understand
gonna
that.
suck ass.
Yeah, and you gotta go in early too.
Oh. And I'll probably be there till about 6:30 in the morning.
Boof.
I'll probably be there like 9 hours or something. All right. Anything else we should talk about before we like start talking about the food, like in depth?
I don't think so. I think we spat a lot of shit.
Yeah, we talked a lot about a lot of stuff. We covered a lot of stuff today. Sunny, Diablo. That's the big stuff.
Binding of Isaac.
We'll talk about the wedding when we get to dessert.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that. We mentioned it.
I mentioned
You
it.
hinted at it, but
Yeah.
we didn't discuss.
No.
You go first or I go first?
See, now you got me confused. But the good thing
We got the
is,
book.
I'm pretty sure it's you.
Is it me?
Pretty sure. Let me look. Rules.
Rules check.
Bob reviews first.
Thanks. Okay.
That's why we have it.
I'm glad we have it. I really am, honestly. Because I always be forgetting. Because we record these so far apart.
I normally remember.
I know. I was, like I said, I don't normally get pork chops from restaurants. I was very surprised by the pork chop. I was like, because I like my pork a certain way, and I'm very particular when I make a pork chop. Because like some places you get a pork chop, but it's the driest, most unappetizing. Like it's like eating leather, bro. It's horrid.
Chewing on a boot. Like, I know exactly what the fuck you mean.
Like, Mom, I'm sorry if you hear this. My mom used to make pork chops at home. They were like chewing on a fucking like strip of leather, dude. Horrid. My mom did not understand that you could overcook a pork chop, and it would just be the toughest. It's like eating jerky.
Yeah.
This pork chop, however, didn't have that problem. It was I would say, it's a very good pork chop. I was surprised. Like, it was sweet. Because I don't know what kind of glaze was on the outside. I'm going to be real with you. It was sweet. It was vinegary. The pork was cooked well. There was like moistness. It was like texturally good. Good pork chop. Pretty solid, honestly. I was surprised.
I'd say it had to have had some kind of brown sugar or something in it.
It was, yeah, probably. Jasmine rice, also good. I like the little bits of green onion and scallion in there. Tasty.
Mm-hmm.
It was rice. I don't really have a lot to say about the rice, but it was good rice. Because, you get bad rice, bad rice. It wasn't overcooked. It was good texture. Fried egg, also good. I was worried because when it said fried egg, I didn't know how they were going to cook it. And she didn't ask me how I wanted it. Because, some people will ask you when you get eggs, like, how do you want it? Sunny side up, over easy, how do you want it? She didn't ask me. I don't know what this kind of egg is called, but it was cooked all the way through on both sides.
It's
but
fried.
the middle was still left runny when I cut it open. Yeah.
It's over easy.
Is that over easy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I always get my egg sunny side up, so I don't know.
Well, sunny side up is just like where the yolk's intact on top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just over easy. That's the only way I ate my eggs.
Really?
Yeah. It's delicious that way.
It is good. I'd never done that. I always get them sunny side up just because I like yolk a lot. And I like to put it on. Like if I
like it whenever it's kind of like like a poached egg where it's still like a little bit thicker.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's so much better that way.
Well, when I get like eggs at breakfast, I'll take my toast and dip it in the yolk and eat it.
Which you can still do if you fry it the right way.
Mhm.
And it's just on the inside, and still it's got like that almost like a butter consistency to
Mhm.
it. So good.
But that's how I got my egg. So when I cut it open, I was surprised to see runny yolk.
Mm-hmm.
That running over the rice with the pork chop, so good.
But it was.
So good. Delicious. And then there were some shrimps on the side, which were cooked in the same stuff that the pork chop was. Very good, too. It was interesting getting shrimp and pork on a dish, but it was still tasty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was still good.
Surf turf.
And the vegetables were vegetables. They were just tomatoes and cucumbers on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. They were fine. I was just very surprised by the quality of the pork chop because I was worried it was going to be bad.
Right, which I can understand.
Yeah, that's everything. You go.
Okay. So I ordered from the section of the menu that said clay pot.
Oh yeah, I meant to tell you about that.
What about it?
That you were gonna get an actual clay pot.
Oh yeah, I assumed I was going to get a clay pot. I've got this thing whenever I go to places like that. I've never actually eaten Vietnamese food, like gone to a Vietnamese restaurant.
I've had it a couple times before this.
But I like to go to Korean places.
I've never had Korean food.
Korean food's good, man. My favorite thing to get, and if we ever go to a Korean place, this is probably what I'll get because I've gotten it from a couple different places, so I kind of got an idea of what I know. I really like bibimbap, which is cooked in a stone bowl. And so they actually bring you out on this big ass platter. I mean, it's like about usually almost a foot around.
Oh my god!
And like 4 or 5 inches deep of rice, bean sprouts, tofu, whatever else that you're getting in it, and I mean all kinds of shit. And there's always an egg, if you want an egg. But I love it with an egg. I really like bibimbap. That's something that comes in a stone bowl. So I was like, clay pots. I know things cooked in clay are usually really good, so I wanted to give it a try. So, like I said, it was catfish caramelized in duck sauce. And, dude, oh my God. It was really good.
It was really good.
It was super peppery, but I'm not going to complain about that because it really added to the flavor. At first, I was just taking it because it was really hot, so I didn't want to put just the rice in there because the rice was kind of cooler. I actually do have a complaint about my rice. You said yours was perfect. Mine was definitely overcooked a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have as much rice, but it was like maybe it wasn't necessarily overcooked, but when you make a bunch of rice, especially in like a rice cooker, the rice at the bottom is always a little bit crispier, just a little bit hard. And I think that's where most of my rice came from, was like near the bottom of the pot. So it was just a little crunchier, which doesn't really matter to me all that much, but it is a small complaint because if it was just a little bit more soft, I think it would have been a lot better. But the catfish way outweighs the rice here. So
yeah.
And with it soaking up the duck sauce, even just spooning it out and setting it on the rice and then scooping up the rice, it was still really good. It also had the bamboo shoots in it, which I'd never had before.
Oh, I like bamboo shoots. I talked about that when we went to the restaurant.
And you said that Ben said they taste kind of woody. They do. They have like a really green taste to them, is the kind of way that I would put it. And yeah, I mean, I guess you could say it kind of woody.
More like the texture.
Yeah. It's kind of like chewing on paper made out of wood.
Yeah, but it tastes good.
It tastes really good, especially in that duck sauce. It was fucking delicious. I don't know how to describe the duck sauce other than it was sweet, and I mean, I don't know how. Well, I'm not gonna say spicy.
No, it's not spicy, but it's hot.
Right. Yeah.
But it's not hot either. It's like pepper spice when you get way too much pepper.
Right.
But it's not overpowering. It's really difficult to describe.
Yeah, it is. Cause like I don't want to say tangy because I don't think that's the right word either. I don't know how to put it, but it was really good. The amount of sweetness that came out of it was phenomenal. I didn't expect it to be sweet at all. And I know a lot of people around here like to complain about catfish, and I feel like we've had this conversation on the podcast maybe where catfish, a lot of people don't like it, but that's because they don't know how to cook it. They don't know how to clean it.
Yep, there it is.
To make it not taste like mud.
I don't know if I've said this on the podcast, but I'll rehash this story. When I was a kid, my dad told me this. He was like, here's the reason people don't like catfish. My dad is an avid fisherman to this day. Even with his crippled back.
Yeah.
He still waddles his way to the pond to fish all the time. He always goes to the lake and stuff. My dad used to catch a lot of catfish when we were kids, and he would be like, look, the reason people don't like catfish or they think it tastes muddy is because whoever they're buying their catfish from just doesn't clean them properly. So he showed me when I was a kid, here's the mud line, get rid of it. You can eat it, it just tastes like shit. But it's basically what happens is when people sell catfish, they'll leave it on for weight. Yeah. Because it's still edible meat, it just doesn't taste good. So that's why people don't like catfish, because they just had bad, clean catfish. That's all it is. And I hate that stigma because catfish is so fucking good.
I would like to agree.
Like, my dad used to fry catfish, I don't know, probably once or twice a week when I was a kid. Always awesome.
I just
always good.
Love how flaky it is, because like for a fish who sits in a fucking hole made out of mud, it's really tender meat. It's really, really good.
Yeah, man.
And goddamn, dude, like I told you at the restaurant, I think it was damn near a whole catfish. There were 2 full fucking fillets in there.
Yeah.
I mean, which should be how much you get out of it. I mean, it was a lot of fish. I was munching on it for a while. You had maybe triple the amount of rice that I did, but my God, there was a lot of fish. Eventually, I ended up dumping the rice into the bowl and stirring it up once I had eaten most of the catfish. Man, it was just good.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about this one because, like, I'm not we are not. I guess we're not professionals.
No.
We do a podcast.
Yeah.
Look, the only reason we do a podcast is I bought equipment.
It's casual.
It's pretty casual. Yeah, we talk about a lot of stuff that isn't the food. So we're not professional food reviewers. We're getting there. I would say we've actually improved quite a bit since we started.
Oh yeah,
it's a lot better now. But there's just some flavors that I just can't put my finger on.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like, I don't know how to describe this to other people.
I know. I try to give you all the best description that I can.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm okay with words. But sometimes there's just like the way something can taste that it's just, you can't quite put a finger on what it tastes like. It's something that you kind of have to experience on your own. And this is one of those things where I would like to say, yeah, you should go experience this for yourself. Because, I mean, I like duck sauce. I put it on most things. This was a different kind of duck sauce.
Yeah.
But it was still really good. Kind of made me think about soy sauce a little bit. Like they maybe put a little bit of soy sauce in there, like that kind of taste to it.
Maybe.
Like I said, I'm trying for you guys. But yeah, I mean, we're not perfect. We're not experts, but we're figuring it out.
All right.
Because you don't want an expert's opinion, because
yeah, that's true.
Ultimately, they're going to give you all these fucking words that you're not going to understand. I'm going to say fuck and tell you what I think it tastes like, which is what you're going to think. Yeah, exactly. Which is what you're going to go in there and do is go, man, these average Joe's guys seem like they kind of like this place. Man, I'm an average Joe kind of guy. Maybe I like this place.
There it is. That's why we do the show. We're not experts. We're just dudes eating food. And if I like it, I don't want to say I'm a picky eater. I have some things that I just don't like.
Particular is the way I would put it.
So if I like it, you'll probably like it. Like, I am very much an average person with my likes and dislikes.
I'd like to say that I would agree with that.
I'm a bit of a garbage human, though.
Both for you and for myself.
I eat a lot of shit.
So do I. But like I've said 1,000 times on this podcast, and I'll say it 1,000 more, I feel like the more we do this podcast, the more I decide I don't want to eat shit anymore.
Yep.
Because there's so much good food out there.
I used to eat Taco Bell. Oh, God. You know this. I had a Taco Bell problem for a while.
Yeah. I mean, and Hannah does too.
Yeah, but she's pregnant.
I mean, fair, but even before she was pregnant, Taco Bell was the shit to her. Even early on in the pregnancy, before it really started doing anything, Taco Bell was still the shit for her. And I would eat it.
Yeah.
Now, I think I refuse to eat Taco Bell.
If I refused to eat Taco Bell, I don't know what would happen to me.
I can't eat it anymore, man. It's just...
It's slop.
I see those memes. I see one earlier today. It was like, what would win, a beefy 5-layer burrito or the immune system of a 5-year-old in the Renaissance?
I think the beefy 5-layer burrito's got that kid beat.
I know. And it's just not that good.
No, it's not. Once you widen your horizons and are like, okay, I'm going to once you eat real food consistently, it's like, man, it sucks.
And we haven't mentioned the price yet.
I got
cheap. The appetizer, which I haven't mentioned yet, the entree, and my drink, anyway, $18.02.
Mm-hmm. Mine was $21, but that's because I got a specialty drink, which I talked about earlier. It was only $21. Like, not bad at all for the amount of food you get.
No.
I should have taken a box with me.
Should have.
Just didn't feel like asking the lady at the counter because I felt bad.
Why?
Because she was busy.
She was trying to eat. I felt bad about that.
That's why I was like, I'm not going to bother you. You are fine.
Yeah.
All right. Who gives a score? Am I scoring?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
We normally just kind of go, whoever. You go ahead.
Do we? I feel like there's I feel like there should be a rule in the book about that. But
well,
that's
you
fine.
review first, so you can just rate first.
Okay. Fuck. I really like the coffee. Like, as someone who avidly drinks coffee, this is good coffee. Like, I drink it's too much coffee as it is. Good coffee for like a hole in the wall Vietnamese place.
Yeah.
Pork chop was good. Rice was good. Egg was so the individual parts of my dish were good, but when you combine all of them, awesome. Like, so good. So I think I gotta give it like 18.
Okay.
This is also taking into account the thing we're going to talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
Because that was also...
It is part of the meal.
It's part of the meal.
So, I guess I can't say that. So weird. I'll say that my food, the rice was a little poor, but everything else was really, really good. I'm not gonna take my drink into account. It was literally a can of soda.
A can of Coke, yeah.
Which is fine. But I like that it's not a very big menu. I like the place. It's not very big. It's not huge.
Did you not flip over to the other side?
Yeah, but it wasn't. Okay, remember when we went to Wild Ginger?
Okay, you know what? Yeah, okay.
I feel like that's what exactly. I feel like that's what you're expecting whenever you go into a Chinese or whatever Asian food place. Is there's fucking 8 pages of shit, and you're like, what is any of this?
Yeah.
In the clay pot section, there were 6 items, and in most of the sections I looked at, there was like 6 items.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
It's not a huge menu, but there's quite a bit of stuff. But
Yeah.
most of it is vegetables and changing out the meat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really not that crazy.
There's also a whole vermicelli noodle section. I haven't tried any of their vermicelli stuff, but I want to really bad.
Yeah, I'd be willing to go back and try
good.
something like that. And they got quite a few number of soups and stuff like that.
Oh, I meant to get egg drop soup while we were there. Fuck.
So,
God damn it.
like I said, the menu's not crazy big. It's a consumable amount of menu, where there's enough variety where you can go back several times and try, whatever it is that you want to try, and even get stuff that's similar to what you've already had, and then branch out if you want to. So, not a complaint of mine. I like, smaller menu sizes. You can tell that they care about their food. Because it was really good. They've actually perfected how they've made this fucking catfish. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
There was a newspaper on the wall while we were checking out that I don't know if you noticed, but it was I don't know what newspaper, but it said Annie's Kitchen, taste, spices. They got it all good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what news headline that was, but
I don't know.
It was accurate.
Yeah.
Maybe like the Louisville Tribune or something.
I don't know. Probably a local paper.
Yeah, but
hell, it could have been the Leo or something.
Yeah. I really enjoyed everything about this place. It's not very big, small. It's real quiet. They have some nice music playing in the background. It's not very busy.
Did you see me while we were eating? I was just going like this.
Yeah.
I was bobbing and swaying to the music.
Yeah. It's one of the nice things when they've got, some nice Oriental music playing in the background. But I mean, it's just peaceful. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm
it's a chill place.
Editing something that doesn't require a lot of listening, like papers or anything like that, or just playing games by myself or trying to make a D&D character or something, that's usually the type of music I'm listening to be honest. So I think overall, experience and everything, I think I'm just going to agree with you and 18 it.
Also, we didn't mention this. Good service.
Yeah.
Lady's nice.
Mm-hmm. She was really nice. At first, I thought she was going to be kind of standoffish, but she was the right amount of, everything all right, you good. Mm-hmm. She didn't come by the table all that often, but she was within earshot, she was right there.
I didn't even ask. She brought me a glass of water because I finished my coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Very good service.
She brought you the coffee and it's still steeping, it's still brewing. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as it was ready, she handed you a glass of ice.
Yep. I stirred it, poured it over.
And as soon as you took the last sip out of that shit, she was like, here's a cup of water.
Yep. Super good.
She was ready. She was on top of it. So really good. So yeah, 18.
Yeah. I highly recommend this place. If you have never had Vietnamese food, go and check it out here. I recommend you get what I got, which is the pork chop with the ham and the egg over jasmine rice. That was very good. But also, in the clay pot section, they have something. What is it? I think it's just called curry chicken.
Coconut curry chicken.
Coconut curry chicken. Yeah. That shit is so good.
That was one of the 3 things I was debating on getting, all of which were in the clay pot section.
Yeah. I got that when me and Ben went. Dude, it slaps. It's got bamboo shoots in it too, but it's got mushrooms over rice with the curry and the chicken. Oh.
Yeah, man.
So good.
So far, out of the 2 items that I've had entree-wise from this place, and having a little bit of yours and having
we
mine.
Both ride each other's. We always try to do that.
Shit's good. I like it a lot. I really recommend it.
Highly recommend.
I mean, go in there and try whatever you want. If you see something that looks semi-familiar to you, try it out. You might like it better. Which, leading into the dessert section now, we got 2 things. We both got an appetizer.
Yeah.
Because normally with these kinds of places, it's not like a big appetizer. Like it's not like when you get fried pickles and there's fucking 800 fried pickles on a plate. So I got pork spring rolls.
Oh.
And you got
Crab rangoons.
Yeah.
Which we both mentioned this, right? But you mentioned it before they brought them out.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes you get crab rangoons and there's no crab.
You get gypped.
You
It's
get
just
gypped
fucking
and
cream
it's just
cheese.
Which is like Panda Express ruins it. Panda Express crab rangoons suck.
It does.
They're terrible.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to Panda Express, you get a crab rangoon, you go, I don't like crab rangoons. You've never had a good one.
You've never had crab rangoon.
Yeah, you've had shitty ones.
You've
They're
had cream cheese
god awful.
that are fried in whatever the fucking shit's
Wonton
called.
wrappers.
Yeah, wonton wrappers.
Yes, I think it's a wonton wrapper. I could be wrong.
Maybe.
I don't know. Do you want to start with the crab rangoons? Or you want to start with the spring rolls?
I'll start with the spring rolls.
Okay.
So the spring roll, I like spring rolls.
I'll preface this with they're fine. Not my favorite. I don't go out of my way to get a spring roll.
I do. If they've got spring rolls or egg rolls or anything like that.
See, I much prefer egg rolls to spring rolls.
I think I probably prefer an egg roll, but if I'm going for something lighter, I
That's
usually
fair.
go for a spring roll. And I just think they're a little bit more refreshing. I could tell you what was in my other thing in my actual meal because it was listed and you could taste it all.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that is a little bit harder to diverse, like what everything is. There was
Yeah.
pork in there.
Yeah, because it was a pork spring roll.
There was a little bit of cabbage, I believe, like
Mhm.
carrots, stuff like that. Your typical, spring roll. I could not tell you what the hell that sauce was.
Oh, no idea.
No fucking clue. It looked like white vinegar with like strands of
I thought it
carrots
was
and stuff.
mirin.
Right? Like it was something like that. That's what it looked like.
Mm-hmm.
But it was super fucking sweet.
Oh, so good.
It was really good. It was a shocker for how sweet it was.
I forgot to mention. That same sauce came with my pork.
Yeah.
So I dipped my pork chop in that.
Uh-huh.
Super good, too.
It was really good. So I don't know what the sauce was, but it made it a lot better. It was the pork was really tender, really juicy, super sweet. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. I was surprised because I don't get spring rolls often.
Yeah.
I know they were fried.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought spring rolls came in like clear papers.
Sometimes they're steamed, but
Okay.
most places do fry them.
I didn't know that.
Most of the time I get them when they're fried.
So how many spring rolls came out? Two?
Two. Yeah.
So we both had one. Like I said, I'm not a fan of spring rolls. Like, not that I'm not a fan. They're fine. I don't order them a lot. These were good spring rolls.
Mhm.
I've had a few spring rolls in my time. These were pretty solid spring rolls, honestly. The sauce helped a lot.
Oh, yeah.
The texture was good. Sometimes you get a spring roll and there's not enough filling.
Yeah.
Didn't have this problem. Enough filling. And also sometimes you get a spring roll and there's not enough meat. It's only the vegetable filling because they're trying to use filler.
Yep.
Didn't have that problem either. Plenty of meat, plenty of cabbage, plenty of other stuff.
I can agree.
Very good spring roll, in my opinion.
And they were pretty long, too.
Yeah, they were long. They were thinner than I expected. Most time I was expecting something a little thicker.
Really?
Mhm.
No, that's usually how big I see them is they're usually pretty thin.
Yeah.
That's how you can really differentiate between a spring roll and an egg roll.
Mm-hmm. I just expected them to be like maybe a little thinner or thicker. That was all. But
Understandable.
it's still very good.
I think they're really good.
Crab rangoons. Here is where I was worried because I hadn't had them from here yet. Like we said, you can get gypped on crab rangoons sometimes and they're just not good
Mm-hmm.
because people don't know what they're doing. We both said this. Probably the best crab rangoon I've had from a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like,
Ever.
holy crap. If you're going to Annie's, get the crab rangoons.
Mm-hmm. You only get 4.
You only get 4. They come with sweet and sour sauce.
Yep.
Worth it.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Holy shit. Dude, I've been into it and it was like, it's like fucking chicken in here. Like,
Yeah, there's
God
tons
damn.
of crab.
Uh-huh.
And it's garlicky, which I didn't expect. And the cream cheese is like a nice texture. Dip in the sweet and sour. It offsets like sweetness
Yeah.
with the sourness. And then you get a little bit more sweetness to cut through the garlic.
Yep.
Dude, phenomenal crab
I'm
rangoon.
going to say all around perfect crab rangoon.
Like, so good. So good. And you know what was really nice? I went to grab it and I went, I wonder if these are hot. They were hot. They had just pulled those things out of the fryer.
Yeah.
I was like, ow. Burned my fingers a little bit. Like, so good. Do we rate these separately? I don't remember.
Yeah,
Is it in the rule book? It's open.
Normally, we rate what we get because we get a different. But since we're just doing it like this, I'll kind of say we do it like we did with wild ginger, which is funny, and we just rate it together.
Okay. Good question. Where are you sitting? Because I'm sitting in a weird spot. Do you have an idea what you want to give it?
Yeah, I know what I want to give it.
Okay, you go first.
I'm going to say 20.
I was going to say...
I was debating on 19, but I want to say 20 just because Crab Rangoon is the best Crab Rangoon I've ever had.
Yep.
And I would probably get it every single time, which
Yep.
would be a 21 if that was the only thing we got. But the spring rolls were also much better than most spring rolls that I've had. They were really good appetizers.
I was going to say 19.
Yeah.
Just because not a fan of spring rolls, but they were very good spring rolls.
What would you have given just the Crab Rangoon?
20. 21 or 20. But I don't want to say 21 because, like we've said before, I want to reserve a 21 for consistency.
See, and that's fair. That is fair.
Because, like, what if this one time they were just so good and we go back next time and they're ass? You know what I mean? I doubt that would happen.
Well, I would say that the only other people that were in there, they looked like they had maybe been here before.
Yeah.
And
they also got the crab rangoons.
also got Crab Rangoon.
It was the first thing they ordered.
Yep.
I was like,
Immediately.
yep. So good.
So that tells me I think there may be a little bit of a reputation behind their Crab Rangoon.
Yeah, that I didn't know about. And I have to take Ben back and be like, Ben, have you had these? Because they're freaking good. Okay. Now that we're finished with the main part of the episode, the food has been rated. We've talked about it all.
Yeah.
Talk about the wedding.
Yeah, let's talk about the real dessert section.
The real dessert section. So our friend Jesse got married last weekend. Last weekend?
Last Saturday.
God, it feels like it's been so long already.
Less than a week.
I haven't seen him because he went on honeymoon like right after.
Yeah.
I've barely talked to him. Actually, funny story. So he went on honeymoon, so I had to return his suit.
Yep.
To the place. And I texted him like, "Hey, where's your suit?" Day of Monday, because I was like, I don't fucking know where the hell he put it. Because Brian gave me his, and it was hanging out up there. I had mine. I was like, where the hell's Jesse's suit? He goes, oh, it's in my closet, hanging up. I went, okay. So I go into his room. I pet his dog for a minute, played with him. I was like, hey, buddy. Because, he who shall not be named is currently watching his dog.
Yep.
And I'm like looking around, and I find it. It's in the closet hanging up. I go, oh, I found it. Like, have a nice honeymoon or whatever. You know what he responds with?
What?
Thanks, you too. I was like,
shit.
You motherfucker. It gave me a chuckle because it was funny because he's, off having
Let me
a good
go
time.
to Disney real quick.
Yeah, look. Last time when I was there, I don't know why they couldn't take me this time. Fucking bastards.
You know what's really funny?
What?
Vinny was in Disney the same day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, we can't bring up Vinny again. We talk about Vinny too much.
We talk about it a lot, but yeah,
I love that man.
I knew where they were, and then I seen Vinny posting that he was at Disney. I was like, what the fuck?
I hope if they ran into each other, that'd be awesome.
It'd be really funny.
So, we went to. I was the best man at Jesse's wedding.
Yeah.
You were there.
I was there.
I didn't. That sounded mean, but you were there.
I officiated the fake wedding after the ceremony.
Well, that's a funny story. So I was there, and I had to wear a suit, of course.
Yeah.
Dude, summertime wedding, it's nice outside. Oh my God. I was so fucking sweaty.
You know what Hannah said to me about halfway through the ceremony?
What?
She said she leaned over and she said, "So not a fucking summer wedding."
Thank God.
Yeah, because we haven't had an actual ceremony. We're married legally. That's for child reasons. We'll have a ceremony eventually, but yeah, fuck that.
It was so, it was a nice ceremony.
It was all outside.
I almost cried during their vows because I've known Jesse for a long time. I've also known his wife for even longer.
Right.
Some of my best friends. So I was sitting up there looking at his stepmom, trying not to cry and just going, Connie, please. Connie, I can't cry up here. I can't cry in front of all these people. Please, Connie, save me. Man, it was a nice ceremony. It was at a winery, which was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
So the wine there was so good.
It was really good wine.
I had a lot of wine. It was tasty. Of course, I didn't drive home. I had Brian drive me home.
Yeah.
So that was fine. I could drink as much as I wanted. But yeah, it was hot because I was in a suit.
Yeah.
Also, good thing about this wedding, they had Mark's Feed Store cater it. Dude, that food was so good.
It was pretty good.
The brisket,
it's
top.
What's so funny is my mom would get Mark's Feed Store whenever she didn't feel like cooking sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so mediocre. I don't really care for it all that much. They definitely try harder for actual catering events, it seems, because, it was really good.
I was like surprised because like I had Mark's Feed Store before. I was like, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy crap, this stuff was good.
That brisket was really fucking good.
That brisket was so good.
It actually had a smoke ring on it. And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Did you take the yellow mustard? Or not the yellow mustard, but the mustard-based barbecue sauce?
No.
Those are my preferred barbecue sauces, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. So good on brisket.
So, funny story about all that food. I think I already told you this, but I'll tell the people for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Jesse's dad and Jesse's stepmom essentially kicked him and Amanda out when we started cleaning up. Because, like, you're not going to clean up your own wedding.
Right.
Connie and me and Eugene and me will handle it all.
Right.
I lovingly refer to Jesse's dad as Eugene because we have the same first name.
Mm-hmm.
And his middle name is Eugene, and I don't want anyone to get confused. Because there were 3 Robert B's at the wedding.
Yeah.
Which was funny because it was me, his grandpa, and his dad.
Yep.
It's very good. So I stayed and helped clean up. And before Jesse left, he asked me, he was like, hey, before you leave, will you go to the dude at the bar and ask him to give you the food from in the fridge for the bride and the groom? I said, yes, I'll do that for you. Because of course I would. We lived together, so I was like, I'll just bring it back to the house, put it in the fridge. It's fine. I asked him for the food. Dude hands me 4 giant Mark's Feed Store bags.
Uh-huh.
I bring it home, and Jesse had to go to his wife's house to pick up some stuff or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Before he came back home, I get a text message from Jesse that said, I didn't mean for you to get all of the leftovers. I'd been given every bit of leftovers from that wedding.
Yeah.
Our fridge is still full of leftovers.
Oh, God.
Dude. So much stuff. So much. All the brisket is gone. That was gone within the first, 2 days.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Because, look, me and Trent, man, I was eating brisket like a madman.
Brisket's good.
The pulled pork's still left. There's still some pulled pork left.
Okay.
But, so much food. Jesse said, well, you guys are going to be eating good while I'm on my honeymoon. I went, yeah, well, I hope nobody else wanted any. Because, not my fault. Dude just handed it to me.
Right. How are you supposed to know how much was left?
I said, can I get the stuff for the bride and the groom? Is what I said to the man.
Mm-hmm.
The man handed me everything in the fridge. So.
Not his fault, not your fault.
No. Jesse said, I should have been more specific. And I was like, okay. It was really funny. I had a very nice time at the wedding. I was worried I wasn't. This is going to sound bad. I was super nervous because I was the best man. I had to give a speech.
Yeah.
I had to be part of the ceremony. I was nervous I was going to fuck it up. I didn't fuck it up. It was great. I had a really good time.
Yeah, Bob.
God, I want to fucking... That was so fucking funny. I was like, oh, I want to backhand these motherfuckers right now. Fucking walk past all my friends at a table, and they're just all fucking hooping and hollering at me. I'm like, God damn you sons of bitches. All right. Is that it? Are we done?
Yeah, good wedding.
Good wedding. Had fun.
I walked over maybe when we were eating the food, or I just got my food. I think I just got my food, and I walked over to your table and said, so this is what we're rating for the podcast, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Okay, there's one thing I want to talk about for the wedding.
The fake wedding?
Well, okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. I got married, but that's unrelated. Yeah. You know what was really nice about this wedding? And Laren's the only one that fucked this up.
No racist shit.
I wasn't going to talk about that. I told Jesse at the table.
Yeah.
I told Jesse about that, and you lost it. Amanda thought it was so funny.
Yeah, Laren said a racial slur, but he didn't know it was a racial slur.
Out loud in the middle of the wedding hall.
Because he's a moron.
He said it, and we all looked at him like, you can't say that.
No.
We all were stunned. At least he's a person of color.
Yeah.
So, that doesn't make it okay.
He's a POC.
But it makes it less bad? Because, if I had said it, or you had said it, different experience.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what he said, because I'm not going to repeat it. But it was extremely funny.
It was funny.
It was funny, but we were all also shocked, because it was in public.
Yeah.
No one heard it. Not a single person. Laren's a very loud individual.
Yeah, but it was also really loud in there.
Yeah. It's so funny. Anyway. This is the first time, I think, where we've had everyone's significant other in one place at one time.
Yeah.
Everyone's. So glad that everyone's. So glad everyone got along.
Oh, yeah.
And everything was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Troy's wife was there. Trent's girlfriend was there. Your wife was there.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse's wife was there. Which, she was busy. She wasn't really over there.
True.
But, I'm so glad they all got along, man. And, everything went fine.
Me too.
I don't know why we've never had... Why we've never, had all of our, girlfriends and stuff meet and get together.
Think
we never have an excuse.
I think Hannah and Amanda have definitely been in the same room together.
Well, yeah, because Amanda's always over here and Hannah's always over here
Yeah.
when you bring her over.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember if... I don't think Leanne was there.
Leanne's probably met Hannah. Maybe once or twice?
The way they were talking, I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I know Lindsay's not met any of them.
No.
Because Lindsay has 2 kids, so I understand she
Oh, yeah.
doesn't come around as much as she can.
She busy.
Yeah, she's busy.
But yeah, Hannah said she enjoyed herself a lot more than she expected to because, she actually talked to people and had a lot of fun. Apparently they were all talking shit about us whenever
God
we were
damn
up there
it.
having the fake wedding.
What the hell?
Apparently Lindsay said something to the effect of, "Look at how none of these morons can stand still."
Lindsay! Oh my god. I mean, look, she's known us for a long time.
She might not have said morons, but
No, she probably did.
No,
I wouldn't put it past her.
I think I just now added the word moron, but
Lindsay's known us for so long, though.
oh yeah,
Like, her and Troy have been dating since
ever.
high school?
Oh yeah, definitely high school.
Definitely high school, but I would say earlier, maybe. I don't remember.
Maybe.
I don't know. They've been together a long-ass time. So,
Yeah.
and Troy and I lived together in a dorm in college, so Lindsay knows me.
Yeah.
We're all friends. So whatever she said is all in good fun.
Uh-huh.
But it's also really funny that she was talking shit to Leanne and fucking Hannah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Leanne, see, that's the thing is, Hannah's the newest addition.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she probably knows the most about me as a individual. 'Cause she's
Probably.
probably spent the most time with me.
Yeah.
I say this a lot. I go, Hannah's my best friend. I say that a lot
What the hell?
because it's funny. Well, because it's funny. It's like, of my friends' girlfriends, I'm closest with her
Okay.
because we just talk a lot more than I do to Lindsay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I see Leanne at work, but I'm not, best friends with Leanne.
Right.
But, Hannah, tight. Because I joke with her like I would any other person. And
Yeah.
It's funny. We were playing... This is a good story. We were playing video games,
Uh-huh.
and you said something, and I said, go fuck that bitch up.
Yeah.
She was, doing something ridiculous. And then the next day, I walked out to the car and said, Hannah, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, the fake wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse wanted all of us to get together and take a picture, as the boys, to
Yeah.
gather for a photo for the photographer.
But
And
he took 10 minutes to get out there.
And lo and behold, man, took forever to get outside. So we're just standing around goofing off, and the photographer's taking photos of us all. And I don't know who started it.
You and he who should not be named started looking at each other. I said, hold up. Laren said he was going to officiate a wedding. And I said, Laren, nobody would want you to officiate a wedding. So I pushed him out of the way and said, I'll do it.
So he and I, I just had a stroke. Hold on. He who should not be named and I got married.
Uh-huh.
Troy took off his wedding ring. You took off your wedding ring, which took a minute. You were really struggling
All
there.
right, it was hot, so my fingers were swelling.
Yeah. And we got married. The photographer was there and everything. There are photos for the wedding.
Yeah, it was very funny.
I kept telling Amanda there are some interesting wedding photos later.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jesse goes outside and we go, you missed the second wedding at your wedding.
Yeah. And what was really funny is the photographer was egging it on.
Yeah.
He was like, all right, now do this.
Yep.
All right, now hold the rings up on your hand.
Yeah, that photographer's phenomenal, dude.
Yeah.
He's so good. Because I was in a bunch of photos for the wedding because I was in the wedding party and stuff. That dude is a professional. He knows what's up.
Yeah.
And he's also a very funny man. Any other wedding things to talk about? Oh, I went to another wedding the next day. That was nice.
No.
2 weddings one weekend.
It's crazy.
Pretty killer. The thing is, the second wedding was a lot more chill. First of all, I wasn't in the wedding.
Less responsibility.
Less responsibility. But also, it was a backyard wedding. I didn't have to bring a gift. All I had to do was bring something to, the barbecue, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, maybe a 10-minute ceremony. It was a really, really chill time. I got to see... For those of you that are unaware, I've lived in the same house for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now. And this house is big. So I usually have a bunch of roommates that I split the house with. Before He Who Should Not Be Named and Jesse and Trent and all these other people moved in, I lived with a bunch of other people. So it was one of their weddings, which means I got to meet up with a bunch of my old roommates that I hadn't seen in a while and catch up with them. It was super nice. I made homemade baked beans from scratch that turned out super sick. So that was really nice. I was really nervous about both weddings.
I just got an email about litter box trained rabbits for adoption.
Okay. Wasn't he trying to get a cat?
Yeah, we're gonna get a cat apparently.
Awesome. Cat and baby.
That's fine.
It's
Cats
fine.
are easy at least.
Cats are easy. Not easy.
No. Pisper, not easy.
No, bro. Look at her. What are you doing, Piper?
She's trying to throw up again.
Don't throw up again, please. I woke up. The Cotton woke me up this morning for the podcast, and I woke up. My dog had thrown up everywhere in her crate, which was disgusting. I had to deal with it. Hi, baby. What are you doing? Oh, she's all excited now. All right. I think that wraps up the podcast.
Yeah.
I think we're good. We've been going for an hour and a half now.
Yeah.
Long one. We had a lot to talk about. We had a lot of stuff going on.
We did.
The food was good.
Mm-hmm.
The appetizers were phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Huh. I guess, well, actually, hold on. Before we go, we have a couple things we need to plug. I always forget this stuff. I always forget this portion of the podcast. I was trying to end it real early. It's bad. I'll plug a couple things. If you've noticed, you probably have for the past couple of episodes, I don't know, like 4 or 5 maybe.
Chip.
3 or 4. I don't know. It's been a while. We have new background photography of the city for our backgrounds, for the videos. Those are provided by my friend Savannah. Savannah does really awesome photography work. She's local.
Mm-hmm.
She actually has a photography thing today. She's actually like doing some pictures today before work. She was talking to me about it. Super cool. She provided all those photographs to us for free because we're friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I always like to plug her photography business. It's linked in our description. Go check her out. If you're in Louisville and you need pictures taken for like graduations, weddings, anything you need, check her out. She does such cool work. She recently got a fog machine and has been messing with that. Dude, some of her photos are phenomenal. She shows me shit all the time because, like, we're friends. We'll be sitting at work doing nothing.
Yeah.
Super, super dope. Another thing is, check us out on Twitter at @lost_Louisville. Anytime we upload an episode, we always like to post pictures of the food, which we almost forgot.
Yep.
About, I don't know, near the end of the meal. Like, I was wrapping up.
Yeah, last 5-10 minutes.
Cotton goes, oh, shit, and picks up his phone and snaps a picture of all of our, like, empty plates and shit. Which was very funny that we almost forgot again. It's also where I post links to the show when they go live. I post updates about the show. Basically, if there's anything you want to know about this show, it's on our Twitter.
Yep.
Lost_Louisville. No other plugs?
Nope.
Okay. I guess we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah, when we figure out where the hell we're going to go in this concrete jungle. Good night.